Holy shit. Do you think it's an illusion? Do you think they really care about us? Do you think that some of us might just be living something similar to Stockholm Syndrome? Just maybe. All right, missionobvious.com. We're pointing out the obvious. Is our MO.
Manipulated emotion. Modern democracy has a brilliant trick. It gives you freedom of expression but carefully controls the reach of that expression. You can say whatever you want, in theory. You can create your blog, your channel, your profile on social media, and express your most radical opinions. The state will not knock on your door and arrest you for disagreeing with the government, and that's exactly what makes you believe you live in a free society. But observe what happens when someone really threatens the system. First, they try to discredit you. If you question the fundamental structures of power, they don't censor you directly. They call you crazy, a conspirator, an extremist, a disinformer. They create categories that make any structural criticism sound like the product of an unbalanced mind. Conspiracy theory has become the expression that automatically disqualifies any analysis that connects dots that shouldn't be connected. And it works. Most people are afraid of being associated with these categories, so they self-censor even before anyone needs to censor them. Second, they control visibility. The digital platforms where you express your opinions are not neutral. They have algorithms that decide who sees what, and these algorithms can show you to millions or bury you in oblivion, all without having to ban you or silence you explicitly. You keep posting, you keep writing, you keep talking, but your words don't reach anywhere. It's like shouting in a soundproof room and believing you're exercising your freedom of expression. Third, they destroy you economically. If you have too much reach and insist on questioning what shouldn't be questioned, they don't need to arrest you. They demonetize your channels, cancel your bank accounts, cut your contracts, pressure your advertisers. In a society where money is survival, cutting someone off economically is more effective than any classic state censorship. And best of all, they can do this while maintaining the facade that we live in a free country. Schopenhauer observed something fundamental. Every truth passes through three stages. First it is ridiculed, then it is violently opposed, and finally it is accepted as self-evident. But modern democracy has created a system where most dangerous truths never make it past the first stage. They are ridiculed so efficiently, with so much media repetition power, that they die before they can be seriously debated. Think of the subjects that are considered off-limits from public debate, questioning the fractional reserve banking system. Crazy stuff. Suggesting that large corporations control governments through institutionalized lobbying. Conspiracy theory, pointing out that corporate media has a direct interest in maintaining certain narratives. Hate speech against journalists. The siege is perfect. Any structural criticism can be framed in a category that automatically disqualifies it. And you who live in this system believe you have freedom because you can complain about politician A or B, because you can curse on social media, because you can protest in the street with a banner. But just try to organize a real movement that questions the ownership of the means of production, that challenges the monopoly of monetary issuance, that proposes a truly different system, and you will see how this freedom has very well-defined limits. Democracy gives you the freedom to bark but never to bite. Now we come to the core of the matter, to the truth that sustains the whole theater. Democracy is not the government of the people. It never was. It is a hidden social contract where the masses agree to obey in exchange for the illusion of participation. It is the most sophisticated form of domination ever created because it convinces the dominated that they themselves chose their condition. And most fascinating, this system works precisely because you believe you are not being deceived. Let's get to the basics. Who makes the laws? Elected representatives. Who obeys the laws? Everyone, including you. But here's the trick. You don't write the laws, you don't vote on the laws directly. You have no real control over the content of the laws. You just choose who will write them. And that person you chose. They will write hundreds of laws during their term. Most of them technical, complex, that you will never read. They will make agreements, negotiations, approve projects that you didn't even know existed. But when the police knock on your door to make you comply with one of these laws, you can't say, "I didn't agree to this," because according to the system, You agreed when you voted. It's a blank power of attorney. You give your vote to someone to do whatever they want for 4 years, and then, regardless of what that person did, you are obliged to accept the consequences. There is no return, no cancellation, no real accountability. The politician can do exactly the opposite of what they promised, and the only consequence is not being re-elected. That is, continuing to be a millionaire but without the public office. You, on the other hand, will live with the laws they approved for the next years or decades. Machiavelli, in his brutal lucidity about power, understood something that few admit. Men must be either caressed or annihilated. They will revenge themselves for small injuries, but cannot do so for great ones. Democracy caresses you enough, with basic rights, with periodic elections, with the feeling of freedom, so that you don't feel you need to take revenge. But at the same time, it gravely offends you by concentrating real power away from your hands. And since this offense is diffuse, invisible, diluted in bureaucracies and complex processes, you have no way to avenge it. The social contract that Rousseau imagined, where the people govern themselves, does not exist in practice. What exists is a contract where you agree to be governed in exchange for being able to choose who governs you. But choosing your master does not make you free. It just makes you a slave with a little more psychological comfort. The chain is there, but they painted it the color you chose, so you feel like it's yours. That you accepted it voluntarily. And as long as you believe that, you will never try to break it. The true function of democracy is not to distribute power, but to legitimize its concentration. It is to make you feel that the system is fair because you participated in its creation. It is to transform your obedience into a conscious choice. It is to make you defend the structures that dominate you because you believe they are yours. And in this game, who wins? Those who have always won. Those who have enough capital to influence the rules, enough resources to be above the laws, and enough power to never depend on your vote. Democracy is the most efficient way to make the masses voluntarily support a system that exploits them. It's not a flaw in the system. It's exactly how it was designed to work. And as long as you believe you are free because you vote every 4 years, as long as you believe you are participating because you can complain on social media, as long as you believe you are being represented because someone you don't know speaks on your behalf, the system will continue to work perfectly. Not for you, for those who really control it. Before we say goodbye, do you still believe that your vote changes anything structurally? If this message touched something real in you, type in the comments, "I saw the theater." Don't forget to share this content with those who need to wake up to the mass illusion, activate the bell, and subscribe for more brutal and unfiltered philosophy. Until the next video.